Okay, so I figured I would start documenting my build from absolutely square one. Like I'm talking, I'm this is my second time out to the property, and I got my SUV, soon to be a truck. But square one, absolutely nothing has been done. I am literally brainstorming what I want done here. I'm kind of writing down and drawing what I have in mind. Different points of interests, where I want things, where I want the house to be, the driveway. I'm pretty much sitting like right around here. The gate is right there, those two posts with the sign up there. That's up there, so I'm pretty much sitting right here. So I'll have pretty much the first driveway coming out way back there, so for when I'm hauling trailers I can go all the way back behind the house or in front of the house, and I'll have a second driveway coming in just in front of the house, and I will have it going around probably about 120-ish feet, somewhere in that range, up that way, looping back onto the road. So that way, really for longer loads, I can come up there, hang a left, and then get to where I need with, let's say, a fifth wheel. So that's where I'm currently at. We'll head over to where I'm planning to put the house. So, like I said, through here would be kind of one of the main driveways, heading directly in this direction. It's going to be so nice getting all of this cleared with the big machines, getting this all level. I do want to keep some of this elevation change, like heading down that way is a little bit of a slope, so that's good for water drainage. Up here I'm pretty much at my highest point. A little bit farther back you can kind of see gets a bit higher. I'm likely going to keep that, and I will settle somewhere in here. But here is pretty much the first landmark I have of where I want the corner of my property to start. This is 5 acres, so everything I've been walking on, everything you're seeing here is my property. But what I mean by the corner of the property, kind of like the corner of my yard. So we have big tree up here, absolutely massive. This has got to be probably well over 100 inches in diameter. This is looking like a couple 100-year-old tree, maybe 200. I know nothing about trees, so that's just a complete guess. But so essentially where I'm at now, I would like to keep this kind of as a driveway slash yard area, where the driveway's coming up through here. You can kind of see my car right there. Coming through here, up along somewhere in here. I don't know if I'm going to keep that angle. This is all still up in the air. Or I might push it forward, have the house exactly where I'm standing, and have the driveway come up in front here. Bulldoze that down a little bit. Or maybe even build this up, so push some of this back. And it'll be a lot easier to see once we get the bulldozer and excavator out here. And we get some of these trees out of the way. But yeah. So essentially just where I'm walking now. Again, this is kind of the rough location of where my house is going to be. That looks like some sort of habitat down there. I don't want to piss off any small bears or big bears or badgers, fishers. So I'm gonna get away from there. Realistically, I'm kind of happy with this area here. Like, that's the big tree there. That's about 30-ish feet away from me. And I'm thinking of setting the house maybe right here. It's a little close to the road. I kind of want to be a little deeper in, have a longer laneway, a little more private. I don't know how much more privacy you can get. Our closest neighbor is like a 10-minute drive, doing 60 on a dirt road. They're like 2 kilometers from us. But here would be a great backyard. Get some of this, a little bit of this cleared. There is kind of like a, I don't want to say a swamp, but in the spring, and I haven't been here in the fall, but in the spring, this area kind of fills up with a little bit of water. So I'm thinking maybe I could create some sort of, what do you call it? Like almost conservation look, like a small little pond, if you will. But yeah, get some of these smaller trees out of the way. I'd probably end up clearing a lot more that way, just so I can set up shop, get all my like firewood under a big 40 or 60 foot lean-to. Really, I want to have like 1 acre of working space, and then have a laneway up to another space. But this is kind of just the plot we're working with right now. So I'm still figuring out some distances, where I want things, the orientation, and I mean, yeah, it's definitely going to take some time. I'm probably not going to be actually building here for maybe another 2 to 4 years, but work will be underway on my property here in the hopefully coming year or 2. So I'm excited. We still got a lot of planning to do, so I'm gonna get back to the notebook, and I guess we'll get some of that done. Okay, and now I'm at pretty much my second location. I got my notebook, but this here is probably the most flat portion of the property so far. I'm actually still exploring the property. I've only covered maybe an acre to an acre and a half of my property. I'm currently, I'd say, about 300, maybe 400 feet from the big tree. You might be able to see it. Probably not, but it's right in there. Goes way up there. But so I'm pretty far from where we just were. But if anything, if I do want to build on flat ground, and I don't want to take the bulldozer and put a bunch more fill, this here would be my next spot. And I'm kind of leaning towards this here now that I'm actually seeing it. As you can see, it's much more flat. This is a gorgeous area. It's already somewhat open. And this is the absolute highest point on the property I've found so far. There's one back there. It's kind of a hill in a low spot. And then this here leads all the way down into that low spot. So it's essentially the highest point I can be at. And yeah, if anything, I would have the laneway coming through here, like I was just saying. I was showing you guys the sky. I'd have the laneway coming through here off the road. I'm about, I'd say 40 to 60 feet-ish, or 60 to 80 feet-ish off of the road there. So I'd have the laneway coming through. Wow, these mosquitoes are getting bad. Laneway coming through, again, up and around. It would work a little bit better because the road starts to curve a bit that way, so I'd be able to meet the road a little better. So I wouldn't really have as big of a problem getting a longer trailer out. And then I'd also have a much better area to clear. It's more flat, so I would have a pretty decent yard. So I'm thinking could maybe have the shop down there. But it would also suck to have to haul everything that I need to build the house uphill. So I'm not sure. This is what I mean by absolutely square one. So I'm glad I'm doing this now and recording it, but yeah, this is looking very nice. Where I'm standing, put the house, even maybe put the shop back there, or lean-to for wood, have something back there, and then maybe have like farm animals down there. so I can oversee them. Maybe, I'm not sure. But yes, this here is my second spot. I'm going to do some more exploring, and then I'm going to be writing down some things on my notebook here. Okay, so we're back in the car, finally. I just stopped actually kind of, I guess, surveying. I don't know, just taking a look around the property. I came back to put more bug spray on because I have it on my roof somewhere out there. Yeah, there it is. My mom made that. She does soaps, homemade artisan soaps, and absolutely blowing up with that business. I'll leave a link in the description for her soaps. We've been using them for months. I used to have eczema. It's hand rendered tallow. She gets the beef suet, or like the beef fat or whatever from the butcher, and whenever we buy a full or a half cow, she takes all the fat and she renders it 3 times herself, and she makes soap out of it. She makes coconut oil soap and beef tallow soap. Different scents, all natural with essential oils. It's great. But yeah, my skin condition, eczema, gone, nothing. And but anyways, yeah, I'll leave a description, or I'll leave a link in the description to my mom's Facebook page for her business. It's called Luster and Lore Artesian Soaps, or Artisan Soaps, something like that. But yeah, and she makes bug spray for ticks, mosquitoes, black flies, stuff like that. Great. Anyways, yes. So back in the car, I only recorded the 2 properties, or like the 2 locations where I want to put the house, and kind of have an idea of where everything goes. And now I'm just really going to be comparing the pros and the cons. I still have a little bit of more looking to do, and obviously I'll have to come back quite a bit more just to spend like a full day up here actually getting like a really good eye for it and moving from there. And certainly having my dad with me, he's built, I don't know how many houses, I think close to 30 or more in his career. He's a custom home builder, and yeah, he has an eye for pretty much everything. So I'm really looking forward to be working with him, and really just learning with him. So it's going to be good getting out here, getting a real, true, good eye for everything once everything is down, solidified on where I want it to go. But we have to figure that out. So going to I guess just compare the pros and the cons, like just stuff like that. I don't really need to go too in depth in it, but yeah. So starting with the first one, the one at the beginning of the video, that has kind of like it has a very low spot, almost like a valley going through it. So property number 1 has a valley running through it. My dad had suggested that we could do like a double walkout basement, so pour the foundation kind of on top or like between the 2 hills that are in the valley, or that create the valley, and so your basement has a walkout one direction south and then north on either side. I'm kind of leaning away against that section of the property, mainly because it is almost the lowest spot of my property, and there's a lot of elevation for a house, so I would have a lot more fill necessary, or excuse me, I would have to put a lot more fill than necessary to put the size of my home up there. And it's not a super big home, but it's big enough to where I don't want to have to deal with a lot of elevation gain or elevation loss, just for a house. But it is also in a very good location for the driveway because it's relatively flat from where the road comes off from. As for heading, here, I'll show you. As for heading a little bit, so I was probably just where that corner is there, that's probably about another 50-ish feet, maybe 40 feet. So that corner there, and I was maybe right around there into the back. So I'd say about 70 feet up, and then in is where that second property I showed you was, the flat ground. And that's also where the exit to the driveway would connect better because it starts to come around that way. So I'd be able to meet it a little bit better and come out straight down towards where I'm at now. I forget what I was saying there. Right, but as for the first property that we're talking about now, the one with the valley, that one meets pretty much where I'm at now. So the house would pretty much be right through these trees here. I'd have the laneway kind of curving about 30 feet in front of me, heading in towards that way, and then from the main part of the road, main entrance, coming up this way. I'm not too sure about that entirely yet, that laneway idea or the driveway. I'm still thinking about it, but that's kind of the way I want it. So anyways, has a valley through it. It does have a good lookout point of the actual main portion of the road leading up to the side road I'm on. So has, I'll say, a priority lookout spot. Has a priority lookout. Just because this used to be, this property, this whole area was actually kind of a hunting area until my parents had bought it. I'm buying the 5 acres off of my parents. It's a couple hundred, and it used to be a hunting property, kind of like hunters would be allowed to come through here to access the crown land on the back, and some people would they'd hunt the property as well. So I want to have a good lookout point to see who's coming in and out, since it is now private property. And I'll finish writing that there. Lookout point. That's priority lookout point. Yeah, so it'd just be nice to be able to see who's coming in and out, you know? So we have the properties through a valley, or a valley through it. Has a priority lookout point. It's lowest spot out of the 5 acres. Lowest spot out of 5 acres. Has ideal laneway laneway opportunity, I guess. Opportunity. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that for now. And then property 2, property number 2 is the highest point on the property. Point on property is the flattest slash most level, I guess. Yeah, most level, and overlooks the low spot, which still allows me to see that main road slightly. Not as good as the other one, property with the valley, because there's probably about a 15-foot cliff that is facing the road that's kind of hidden because it's really a very, very steep hill. You can't walk on it, it's so steep. So it's blended in fairly well with the environment, which is nice. But I'm still able to, if I do a little bit of clearing facing the road, then I should still be able to have a decent lookout point. And even then, I'll have trail cams set up along the property and up close to the road, so I can still see. So overlooks low spot, has more ideal laneway exit leading back to the road, leading to road. And there's is that a deer? No, I'm going crazy. That's just a weird looking branch. That looks like some sort of animal. Oh, it was a little chipmunk. It was just a fallen tree that kind of has the shading of a deer, and then there was a chipmunk, so I seen it move a tiny bit. Oh boy. Right, I keep losing where I'm at. Property 2, more ideal laneway exit leading to road. There is already a clearing, so there would be less clearing, and there's less dead brush up there, and the trees are a tad bit smaller, so it won't be as serious. I guess cutting trees, less dead forest, and already cleared slightly. I have a feeling I'm stuck where I'm at for now, because I just need to spend more time out here, and I'm actually crunched for time. I have half an hour before I need to be back on the road to get to work. This is a 2-hour drive back from where I'm working now and where this property is. So kind of crunched for time right now, but I'm honestly kind of happy with where I'm at. I have a good a good spot on the the second property, like the property that's higher than the other one, the first one you guys had seen. That I can pretty much orient the house anyway, and I'd still catch the sunset and the sunrise. That's a big thing for me. Get that red light first thing in the morning and at the end of the night. But it'd also be kind of difficult because, as you guys can see, we have 100-foot trees, 200-foot trees somewhere, or in some spots. I don't know about 200-foot trees, but they're friggin' big. Yeah. I guess that's where I'm at for now. I'm gonna have to come back here again another time. I need to plan what I'm going. I need to plan what I'm going to do next when I'm up here again, so that way I can keep moving forward with things. I would like to spend more time up at the flat property, the second property we had just seen today, and maybe do some marking. Who knows? I might even bring like a big grass trimmer or something like that, just to get some clearing of the small brush done, just so I can have a better eye for things, so it's a little more easy on my eyes. But I don't know. We'll see. We will see. If you guys have any ideas, if you guys have any ideas, let me know. This is going to be a completely raw, unedited video. I'm probably going to have 3 cuts in it because I stopped the recording a few times. But yeah, I'm kind of stumped right now. But if you guys got any suggestions for me, please let me know, because this is my first time doing this. I'm only 22 years old, so yeah, there's gonna be a lot on the go for sure, and I'm looking forward to learn. Building my own place, buying my own property. It's gonna be nice. Maybe one day I'll have myself a nice lady who would like to help me with this stuff, and we can do this together, build our life together, you know? I don't know. You never know. It's in God's hands, and thank him for this opportunity. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna get back on the road, give myself a little bit of extra time, and yes, I will see you guys in the next one.